Hey, what's everybody? Coming at you with a probably long video. Let's just be honest now. Um, Having some issues this week with guild raid. A lot of people have just decided to quit the game or just to quit guild raid. We lost Platina and Lord KHX, and Kazuna just went to a chill guild because he's got enough books. He doesn't feel that's really guild raid's really worth it, and it isn't even really the swapping gear for gold because we basically make up for that, most of us. Um, it's just it's just annoying to actually physically come in here, do this, hit this, read this message, and do it every single time. It's such a pain in the ass. Um, so I'm gonna be doing like a semi-recruitment thing, but I also want to do a couple reviews on some other little small things like well, how about Celestial for one and the gold shop. Uh, so Celestial, it's pretty hard not to find some kind of absurd application for her. I really can't wait until I have her maxed. She's going to be basically her and Yekaterina. It's pretty hard to think of any party that doesn't use them if you're trying to be the absolute most efficient, unless you're just completely bored. Because this, like, Celestial is basically another Yekaterina. She's got like I love when they just decide to create a status effect that's completely unblockable. Like I can only imagine what this is like in PvP. But I also don't know if it goes to set effects or if it blocks certain types of set effects or anything like that. Right now, I do not believe so because it doesn't count as a buff. But I could be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong about that. This third skill, mostly really broken because it does need 4 range to hit, but it does go twice that length all the way down. So it's just being able to sweep maps with this supposed support hero is hilarious. And how does she get her support status? Well, by having a skill that hits an amazing area for one. Like her skills hitboxes are completely insane, and then it can create potions, which is awesome. But then at the beginning of turn, the healing and the removing debuffs and 2 tile range. Now, I do believe the 2 tile range is two, not a 2 range like 1 2 1 2, but a 2 tile range and a box shape. So basically, Ryzel's second skill or Kitty's third skill, something like that. So it hits this box. Um, what is it? Oh yeah, and it adds more defense and HP. But still, like the curing debuffs is pretty absurd. Like it must be. Well, actually, I haven't, because I haven't been doing very much BOH. I do have like a small question about that. I should probably check out. I wonder if she is put to sleep herself if she can cure it. But then again, if she was equipped with an Omni set in slot 5, would it be possible to sleep anybody anyways? So because I do believe that the Omni set cures after passives take their effects. Like if you have Muzaka, I do not believe he procs his passive if he is healed from an Omni set. I think it goes passive, set effect, and then turn for whatever reason. I know there's a few things that work a little bit funny like that. But the probably the best thing that came with Celestial is this gold shop. Now, it's not really difficult to farm these genes, and yeah, I'm only autoing. I think I controlled it one time. I did not play at all until it was lowered down to the 50 turns because I thought 200 or whatever turns, like I don't got time for that, so I just didn't do it at all. And I kind of ignored the entire thing, which is really unfortunate because as soon as I changed it to the 50 turns, I started looking around in this gold shop. Now her jeans are extremely affordable. Now this set for 300, 600, 900 frigging of these blue diamond stone thing whatevers, just for once, like, that is obscene. That is obscene. compared to any other S set that you'd pay crystals for, and then getting an S rank set, whatever that would cost you. How much? Like, I'm just thinking time here. Even if you're buying the crystals, just time to get these or farm crystals. You'd be much better off getting a decent S rank set than this piece of garbage. Like, for a celestial only set, like, this is pretty weak, absurdly weak. Especially because it's a mace shield brooch, is it? Oh, necklace. Even better for a support hero, right? But her jeans at least are super cheap, because it's like, even if you can only do up to turn 30 or whatever, and then you do the other one just on auto, that's still 110 genes a day, and that's much more. Like, you can only get 20 genes for the ancient coin heroes, just by some rough math here. Obviously, Celestial's skill costs are a lot higher than any ancient coin hero, but she will fill in a heck of a lot faster than any of them. Like, her skill costs are not 5 times what it is for, or more than 5 times what it is for an ancient coin hero. But the thing that I really, really, really like about this is these 50,000 a day random items. Now, I've yet to see a book appear. Obviously, the green and red gems are not out yet, so I've yet to see them. Some of the items are absolute trash, like honor tokens or medals, or I haven't seen these genes appear yet either. But like, the medals are probably the worst. Um, but you can get blue genes from this, and they're actually a fairly high frequency. I've talking to other guild members. I think I'm being fairly lucky here, but uh, I've got 28 already, and I didn't even start playing the thing until I switched to the 50. So I've been getting about 4 a day. Now my Smurf account has only gotten 10, so I know I've been pretty lucky on this, but I got 8 more. Let's see if I can get a 31 and get a trade in for a blue gene hero. Or maybe this will be the one time that I'm recording that I don't get good luck happen, but we'll see. So close. Perfect genes. I actually needed those because I'm 1 perfect gene short of racing a celestial skill. Because this defense mode thing is still annoying even at 50 turns. Still waste of time. I guess this is the time I'm not lucky. Ah, crud. Alright, well, guess I'll have to try waiting for tomorrow. Now, these things you can only buy once a week. Just think of this as the original capsule method of drawing gold capsules. It is possible to get set gear. They will appear in the form of rainbow capsules instead of black capsules, but it's not particularly worth it. Generally, you're just going to get 10 green items that, for most people, they're just going to, or sorry, vanilla items that most people are just going to disassemble, and that's a pretty steep price. I don't see how uh, these prices are justified at all, especially when they announced that there's this thing coming out. It's going to be able to make you a crap ton of gold. It's extremely large amounts of gold, and then, like, what the average person does every day isn't even enough to pay for the lucky coups, for the full 10 pulls, which is really upsetting to most. I would think for most people, because um, sorry to Furin Kazan, who joined. I was just clicking at people. I recognized his name and thought, okay, we'll give that a thing. And I went in there. He doesn't have Lee. He doesn't have any of the necessary heroes to do guild raids. So I was like, okay, well, why did you apply in the first place? And I just kicked them. Well, I am recruiting, so I will go over certain criteria for the players that we're looking for. What else is kind of a major change? Well, we had a Todd Chaos announcement, but no Todd Chaos yet, I don't believe. And I just, I think they've kind of dumbed down hard mode back into easy, but like more not like the original. Like the original Tower Dawn was difficult. It was just difficult by itself. Then we had hard mode came out, so let's make a mode that's normal so everybody can win that, but let's still have a hard thing gameplay so it's not boring for other people. But kind of the issue with that is that it's still like a chore. Like I don't generally get to it until a couple weeks in after any changes are like at the beginning of the month. I'm really not particularly interested. I might be getting back into BOH soon, but um, I don't know if I want to be switching gear every day for BOH and for Guild Raid. It's one or the other, and uh, there's there's kind of a lot of heroes I still want to get their soul gears for. Um, like the ones that I've got are more focused on Guild Raid, so it's not really what's the word? Oh, that's right, and equip that. Tried taking it off to make myself weaker. But there's a lot of like there's going to be more soul gears and stuff coming out in the future, so I do want to have a healthy amount of books. I used 4 books this week. I got really lucky with my draw pulls, and I got or from last week. So 2 of the capsules I got from daily rewards were books, and then there was the pages we got naturally through the week, which was another book, and then there was the first place reward for another book. But that's not going to keep happening the way that the guild's going right now. Yesterday we had 12 participants, which is I came home. I was completely exhausted, passed right out. I ended up getting back onto my. I woke up around midnight last night, get back to my computer, and I still had the game open. We go into the participation where we started the day. We were up a couple 100 million points, and then we're down like 900 million points. I was livid. I do understand that a lot of people in the guild are kind of uh, tired of being taxed with whatever. A lot of them had given up on this week after I think Wednesday or so, which was weird because even with I think we were going with 18 members because Lord is still in the guild, but he's I think it's safe to assume that he's quit. He didn't participate for a couple days, and then he just hadn't been on for he hasn't been on for this is his 4th day now. So and Platinum had quit and Kazna had quit. So like with the 18, I believe it was 18 that we had. I think Kazna did his runs before quitting. For Monday, we were still able to break 2 billion for the first time, which is pretty cool. So like we still had a strong start to the week, but people kind of just died out and gave up halfway through. I did kind of mention that we would kind of have like a break and just maybe take a couple of weeks off because we really are in no need of anything from Guild Raid. Like it's not some. It's mostly just so we can get first and get books that might be useful in the future, but are not currently all that useful right now. Because all the heroes that we use, generally we have their soul gears for, or they don't, or they're like they don't have soul gears. What am I clicking on here? Yeah, soul gear. Like they don't have soul gears, so it's really not. It's kind of. I really hope that they readdress the rewards in the guild raid. At least. Oh, somebody's grumpy. Or he's just really happy. Um, and maybe double the amount of gold to make it more enticing. Because even if they doubled it, like there's some players who just don't have very good spending habits in the guild. They're very specific in their PvP builds. They are doing Battle of Honor every single day. They are doing Guild Raid every single day. They switch everything right back and right immediately back instead of trying to adjust their party to fit with whatever Guild Raid members they're using instead. As if it would be impossible for them to win. without using these guild raid members. Um, like there's people who have 0 gear for suboptimal characters. So, like for example, let's see. Like I have this ring that I'm obviously not. I'm never displaying this for any reason, not with 2 pink potentials like that. It's going to be a hero that needs hit rate and crit rate, and I'm going to want a pink attack by HP and a damage to boss potential. Like I'm just going to want that. Nicest one does the dot recovery too for Wednesday boss. So if I was putting it on maybe a hero that was not particularly useful for Wednesday, something like let's say I was using the surround strategy with Yekaterina. She's really not bringing the pain damage wise, but I still would. Like, I'm not really thinking I need to maximize every little bit of damage she does because it's very reduced against a paper type boss. So I don't want her to be weak, but I don't want to waste something like a Devil Knight set here for the 3,000 extra attack if it's going to be nerfed into the ground when she is attacking. So like they don't have like a lot of people don't have any vanilla gear at all. Thinking about trying this set out on Trisha though, but I really don't need to because I always survive 50 turns on boss level 9, so it's like, why bother doing that either? But there's a lot of players that don't have anything. And now what I don't understand about members of my guild is that they're so enticed by just one second. Yeah, they're so enticed by different gear in capsules that they're unable to know whether they should buy gold or just more capsules. They think having the set gear makes you stronger, and it just is a complete myth. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. Having set gear does make you stronger for sure, but if you don't have any if you don't have the modification potions to be able to use whatever it is you're going for, then there's literally zero point to it at all. Like let's, for example, I've got 50 potions because of they gave us 50 potions or something like that, so I have 50 potions. I have 2 pieces of a Devil Knight set now, just from random pulls. So cool, I got 2 pieces of the Devil Knight set now. That'd be fantastic for if my lava set, where did I put on Bell? Yeah, if my lava set wasn't fully transcended and plus 13 across the board, I didn't have potentials like this. It'd be more optimal to use 2-piece Devil Knight set and then a bow because you get more crit rate that way, plus slightly more attack. Well, tough call actually because the sword over the bow, you get probably the same. Probably works out to about the same. What is that? 2918. 2870. All right, actually, this might be a touch stronger, but depending on your situation with gear, the extra crit rate might be more worth it for you. Man, I gotta start thinking what I'm putting on these characters instead of just moving stuff around randomly. But a lot of guild members are not really doing things in a particularly optimal way, and like Casno was one member who was always on top of everything almost perfectly, very consistent, very good potentials on his stuff, very good, just general balance to his account. Like he didn't have like anything really lacking. Now he wasn't as strong as let's say Aaron's son, because Aaron's son's Lee is an absolute monster right now. I know. I think I put it on Sierra for today. Yeah. Aaron Sons was an absolute monster. But Kazna, over time, just from his more consistency, Aaron didn't really get into Guild Raid until about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So he kind of wasn't really all in as other members had been. So, so I'm just trying to think what I want to do with my gear right now. Just do some two-star pulls eventually. Let's get rid of. You know what? Could you be good for today? I think bosses are immune to seal. That you can heal anybody around you. Nah, that's probably a waste. But a lot of members. Sorry, Aaron's son, just being kind of a little bit newer to the guild raid, probably the most phenomenal amount of improvement of any member uh, is like there's no contest. Aaron's monster. He's he's really good. So and he's got all the sets in the world to back it up. But with over time, Kazna was one of the consistently highest scoring members in the guild. Just because he had the strategies down. He understood things very well. He didn't make mistakes. He didn't take any risks that would result in potential mistakes. He just got things done in a very nice and efficient fashion. Whereas some other members, well, you often see. You probably remember seeing me on Dimitri's account. Dimitri's really not into guild raid at all, so some other guild member might even be doing his runs or have access to his account. Oh, come on. There we go. Which is a little bit silly, to be honest. So sometimes we have some problems with who's running on Dimitri's account, even though that sounds a little bit silly. But we need members who have the heroes and are just generally able to play and take care of their own stuff. I don't want to keep taxing other guild members because some guild members are really not into the guild raid. But at the same time, I don't want to have to remove any long-standing members just because they don't like guild raid. All right, so I'm just gearing up for today's guild raid. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go over the criteria of anybody who is interested in joining Chance, because we just need, honestly, it doesn't have to be a pay to win player. I think with both Lord and Platinum gone and Kazna, a lot of people might be thinking that we've lost a good chunk of power, but with we really only need 5 really OP members in the guild, and we still have 5 players that are definitely top of the game, who have the resources and the willingness to kind of punch through in terms of, well, the strategies are kind of getting more commonplace. We are going to be working on one for Sunday tomorrow. But we're kind of in a spot where it's really not much of an issue for people to just be able to crush if they have the gear. It's not like maybe sometimes people are being a little bit airheaded and they make stupid mistakes. Oh, I forgot to go charge my Lord Gauge and things like that. That happens. on a pretty regular basis in the guild. So that's definitely a bit of an issue. Okay, almost done. Then I'll get right to it. See, that wasn't so bad. What did I spend, like 600k? Switch everything around. This is probably the most taxing day too, because generally paper heroes are the only ones that you got to really screw around with for paper day. Where everybody kind of has to be semi-well geared. What do I want on those? Yeah, sure. Hmm. Okay. I know that's out of the way. Sorry about that. Just trying to kill two birds here. Um, First thing that you need for guild raid is the heroes. So I'm just going to go down the list, and I've got them sorted by properties right now. So we're just going to go down the list, and I'm going to tell you heroes that have priority and some that don't. I'm also going to say if it's 100% necessary that you have to have this hero, it is 100% necessary that you have to have this hero. If they have any skills that must be maxed, I will tell you that they have to have these skills maxed. Whether or not it's also an asset or not to guild raid. So you can kind of think of this as somewhat of a guild raid tier list, but there really is no tier list for guild raid. It's just these are the heroes that make the strategies work. It's not about um, prioritizing things in a way to combine different things to be more efficient to have better results. It's literally just these are the ones. Got this sweet I'm a Cat set from Todd. It was awesome. From the single caps, I did get a Legion set piece though. Yeah, I got this from a single cap pull, and I got an I'm a Cat set from the actual set pull. It's good times. No mod potion. Oh well. Alright, so obviously just in the order it is, Dominique is an asset, but is not necessary. She's only good for 1 day, for an overkill on Tuesday. Gillen is very, very useful. He has some optional places, but he is 100% necessary for Friday, just because he is by far the absolute best and only option to make the Friday strategy work. This increase of crit rate and attack is pretty obscene, especially because it will also activate Lee's passive at the same time. So like first off too, that is an obscene amount of healing. I never realized that he was just that good at healing until I actually maxed him out. But you might want to get his disarm for different disarm strategies. If you were choosing to go some kind of RNG path on maybe Wednesday, I want to use Gillen instead of Yekaterina, which I do not recommend because of healing mostly, make him move out of position. But he is a fantastic hero. His soul gears are both almost, well, let's see, maybe I can get up to +9 and 9. Oh no, it doesn't work. I guess you guys are just bad luck for yours today. I'm not getting anything, eh? But he's his skills are his heal and his disarm. His disarm is no brainer, but his heal is 100% necessary. His wings increase the heal. His sword or weapon soul gear increase the disarm rate. So he is a fantastic hero. Jack is useless. Kai could be a replacement for Dominique. For what's it called? Man, I'm so bad at thinking of days of the week. Tuesday, because it gives you the bonus thing that for the extra 1,000 defense for having, or it says 100 defense in the typo glitch, but it's 1,000 for the balance hero buff. It's whether or not you need the defense, or if you would prioritize overkill, because Dominique's overkill is awesome. Even without like the co-op and stuff, like I can generally overkill 2 million damage with her, so it's pretty strong. Most heroes can only get those heights, like Sierra, with the help of the co-op from the rest of the entire team. Kret and Nuzaka are obviously 100% necessary. Kret's got no soul gear, but still 100% necessary for Friday strategy. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get my door closed here. Okay. Rage has his whole day, but it actually ruins the strategy if you use Rage. So he's out. Serenity is not needed for any day. Yekaterina is kind of an optional for disarm strategies. Momo's useless. Lilith is 100% necessary. He doesn't have to have any skills really leveled up, but he does have to have this skill unlocked to be used. Generally, it's best if Lilith dies immediately afterwards. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm not saying that you shouldn't 5-star him. Just people who get him to level 70 have had some problems on some maps. Not ones that can't be fixed. Just it's generally better for him to be weaker. Alfred is useless unless you need another area hero for Tuesday strategy. then he's just really there to be an area hero and die and be a rock type at the same time. Henry is useless so far. Nobody's thought of anything cool to do with him. Kitty is useless. Persona might, and that's a very strong might, have a use for Sunday. And it's with his swapping position skill, which is it's going to be tough to incorporate. If we're being honest here, it's going to be pretty tough to incorporate because it does act on the second turn, especially because there's nowhere he can use his second skill where he can't use his third skill. So that's kind of a downside to him. But as of this moment, he is really not useful at all. Ian is not useful. Shushu is not useful. Zero is 100% necessary, but just to have. It would kind of kill two birds with one stone if you did have him kind of maxed out, because then he can kind of replace Dominique for Tuesday. But I'll leave it up to you if you think he's worth getting the blue jeans for or not. Using perfect jeans. Bearman has a use for Monday. Belle has a few good uses to her, generally on Wednesday, but a lot of people are moving away from that actually at this point in time. She is also good like in a counter version on Deimos Day, depending on the formation, but not always. Chenny and Deb can be used for Wednesday, just because there is no solid, this is always going to be the best result strategy yet. So if you kind of want to just go in smash face mode, having area heroes, bounce heroes, scissor types, that it does kind of come into play, but generally they're not used. Lee is basically, I'd say about 80% of all the DPS throughout the entire week is based off of just Lee and him existing. Even on Friday, where a lot of damage is done through co-op attacking, it's usually done off of two Lee's attacks in the co-op from Kret and Musaka. So he's basically, like, if you don't have Lee and you don't have at least his second and third skill maxed, you would not be accepted into chance. Having his passive max is awesome. I understand not everybody is in a guild where they've been getting rained on by books, so not everybody is going to have a bunch of soul gears done, but if you have his soul gear, it's a huge asset to yourself, as well as the wings. Lena, kind of the same position as Jenny. Really nothing particularly amazing about her, but she can be useful. Same with Reyna. Tau is essential to one of the siren strategies for Wednesday if you're going to go with the surround. Tau or Jin must be used. So if you don't have Jin but you have Tau, if you don't have Tau but you have Jin, I do believe Jin is better because of her passive stacking. Frill is also useful for another version of that same strategy. Let's see. Soraka is useless. Jin, like I just mentioned. Pony is useless. Electra is useless, which hasn't changed since the beginning of the game onwards. Frank is so far useless. Rastria is useless. Shark is useless. Sion is 100% necessary. It is actually preferred that you get her to 5-star. There is a strategy on Monday based off her position that she can just die, and that's fine. But you're going to lose a bunch of attacks. Sorry. About 10 to 12 attacks that could be from your lead to the boss are going to be used on a minion if you use her the safe way. And the unsafe way requires her to be strong enough to kill the minions in one hit, including the last two waves of the very strong minions. And if they can't do that, then she's going to put herself in a position where she will get attacked, and then Lee will move out of position to get direction advantage, and then he'll be out of range of the boss, which then he will move in range of the boss again. So having a strong Sion and having her geared properly is a huge asset for Monday, especially if you're just barely able to kill a certain level of boss that way. If you're not even close, don't bother doing it. But if you're within, half a million damage of getting to the next stage of another boss, then you want your Sion kind of maxed out. Her skills, whatever, kind of a joke. So, also somebody mentioned to me once in the video that you could Sion's got as a 5 range hero. As you can see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So just to clarify that. um, let's see after Sion. Let's see. Sonic is useless. Lancer. Lancer. Lance is useless. Wang is useless. Angela will kill your own team, so she's basically 100% useless, which is unfortunate. Jenny can be good on today, actually. I was actually thinking about dropping Rysel for Jenny, because then I have an extra stun. Maybe I will try that today, actually. But just Rysel is so much more fun to use. But then I can use a Klein set, I guess. Well, think about it. I don't know. I like Rysel better. I just like him. But then Jenny and Sierra would both have second skill, stun, with Moo, and then I have. All right, whatever. Where am I? But anyway, Jenny can be useful. That's all you need to know. Klein, unfortunately, not useful at all, which sucks because he's one of my favorite heroes in the game. Moss is extremely useful, especially because his passive buffs attack for everybody by a fairly decent amount. So I'm at 1275, and I do believe that is max. I think I did max the soul gear this week. Yeah. So that's another 450. So another 1275 attack from this skill for everybody is pretty nice, especially if you're giving them a set like this. Oh, there we go. Moo is definitely super useful for any kind of stun strategy. Stun is probably the least reliable RNG thing in the game, but it's still useful. Ryzel's mostly smash face, so really just good for today also. Oh, by the way, today is Saturday. It is whatever the gun boss's name is, I can't remember. Sierra is the strongest paper hero in the game in terms of overkill potential, because she will always brand, and she's obscenely powerful. That's just what it comes down to when everything lands up for Sierra. She is the strongest paper hero in the game. Valkyrie is good for Deimos. Raboff is good for Wednesday. Unknown is good for stun strategies for today and tomorrow. Carrot's useless. Celestial is so far useless, but I wouldn't be surprised if she has some great thing that comes up for her. They did remove Seal, like basically from Guild Raid as soon as it came out. It's apparently, I think all the bosses got immunity to Seal, so you can't block their passive resistance. Lancer Alex can be useful if you want to be more stun oriented than damage, but I really don't particularly think he's that good. He's generally just as good as Unknown, but Unknown kind of fills a DPS role at the same time, where Lancer Alex doesn't. So I do prefer Unknown over Alex, but if you want to drop Ryzel on a day like today for a Lancer Alex extra stun, then that would be something you can invest in. We also checked out if Lancer Alex would be better than Moss on Juggernaut day, and turns out even with his soul gear and his second skill max, because Moss does get all the co-ops, it is completely in favor of Moss over Lancer Alex. Moss out damages him by about 1 million damage over the course of the run with gear like mine. Cleo, unfortunately, is no good. which stinks because she's got this great passive. Chris, again, with a stun thing, it could be a good stun choice, but not really necessary. Lily and Nox. Lily obviously is. If you don't have Lily's third skill maxed, don't bother trying to apply a chance. You're gonna need Lily. It just is what it is. Just trying to think if there's any day where it's good to have Lily fully geared. Potentially on Juggernaut Day also if you're going for a huge overkill. Same with Nox, same day. He'll take the paper sigil, so Mosk gets a little bit stronger, and then he will also overkill and give the lava terrain advantage to your Lees if they are not. If you have a guild where everybody in the guild already has, let's say, the lava terrain set, then if all your Lemurks had the lava terrain set, then you can maybe put Syrah in a position where she can overkill the boss before Lily gets a shot at her. But you're kind of asking for a lot with that. It's not very practical. I have an awesome lava set, so if you have an awesome lava set in the lead, then I might be interested in trying it out once just to see how much more damage. But we're talking about maybe a million or two damage. It's really just the overkill damage, what would change with level posture killing and things like that. But other than that, Nox is better. Azrael is useless. Nirvana may be useful. I'm working on a strategy right now where I think he might actually have a use, which is amazing. But like something I never thought would happen is having a use for Nirvana. But like in a auto controlled battle specifically. But yeah, he's definitely useful. Let's see, Dolores no good, Moa no good, and Hela would be amazing if with this mana thing. If it goes up to 50 when it's done, Hela would be amazing. If we could find room for her on certain days, that is. Is she a support type? Oh yeah, definitely could find a use for her. Anyway, that's basically it for Guild Raid. So if you are interested in joining Chance, probably messaging me on Reddit would be the easiest way. And just keep in mind the things that I brought up. For the heroes, your gear is really not an issue at all right now. If you are a stronger player, you probably will be prioritized if a bunch of people are applying. I'm not expecting a crap ton of people to apply. Just if you are not happy with the position in your guild, I am looking to maybe even swap out a few members that are currently in the guild. I'm looking for 2 immediately, 3 if we decide to just kick Lord before anybody actually has a chance to talk to him, because it is possible something came up or whatever. But I do not think that he's still playing the game. I think he's gone off to play a Pokemon Go with his girlfriend or something. So we'll probably be kicking 3 members. This person, Lash, joined recently just because he applied normally, and I just hit yes because we need an extra member. He is missing a few kind of important things, but generally he has everything that he actually really needs. His gear is kind of meh, and he doesn't have all of these strategies down yet. But I told him I'd give him to the end of the week, so his position is not really all that solid. He might be kicked at the end of the week. But he's been a good sport so far. Nice participating, doing everything he's supposed to be doing. But then we have the open spot Lash and probably Lord that immediately need to be replaced. We are bringing up somebody from Second Chance who's fairly good, so that's good. Anybody else in Second Chance, if they're watching and they're interested in joining, if you meet the criteria for the Guild Raid Heroes only, I am open to gear so long as you can pull off strategies. Now, it is obviously very important to be able to survive a certain amount with your Krut and your Muzaka on Friday. So if I were to start prioritizing people, then I would probably be prioritizing people who had a very, very, very tanky Muzaka and a very, very, very tanky Krut that can still do damage. Those would be the kind of two things. Like it's the only strategy that we use where the boss is attacking you every single turn with his passive skill. So you got to be able to take a hit on these heroes. Other than that, I think that's really, really kind of it. Maybe I'll just throw one guild raid in there. Little inspirational look at how much damage I can do video. Oh, this is 3 moves for. Oh, what am I doing here? Ah, babies. Babies are cute. Today I generally just beat the boss in the face really hard with a little bit of stun also. Just the stun is kind of like just an added bonus if I get it. I do not think I'll be able to ever beat my record for today. It's pretty hard imagining that I could. But yeah, some people don't think that switching, putting attack into HP changed anything. Well, I guess it did reset it, so it shouldn't really show any changes right now. I put it back right back in. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think it changed anything. But HP Lord Mastery does give you attack by HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Better just check my Lord Cage also. I gotta go hold the baby for a second. Just gonna bring him in here and let him watch. He likes watching playing the game for some reason. Maybe it's just some fascination with screens. Okay. Gotta teach the baby about tactics games. All right. So use Mike Jr.'s. This is probably really OP. I wonder what I didn't equip properly. I was able to get over 3 million overkill last week. Last week I had a 20 million point clear. It was pretty sweet. No way I'm going to get that again. Oh shoot. Don't want that going off. That's what I want going off. Nice. This strategy is one of the ones that actually works better if you have full beast train or 2 beast trained Dasso on every hero except for Moss, and your mercenary is fairly strong. Mercenary works best in that slot if it's got the 3-star SS set for the buff and the 4-star SS Snowbleed set. Alright, turn 4, do we get a stun? Do we get a stun on turn 4? Nope. Okay, and this is where everybody dies generally. Oop. Come on, stun. Oh well. You could always dream, right? It would have been sweet if they could have survived and killed it. Okay. Alright, well, if you want to join the community, leave a comment down below with your game name. And if you don't meet any criteria, let me know what it is. I also need to know your lord level. My baby's trying to steal my microphone from me right now. He's amazed by it. I'm talking into it. Also, if you can reach me on Reddit, just look up FWT Barzark, or just find any comment or anything I've made, you could probably find it. It should be fairly easy to find me on Reddit. Um, Find me in game, or you can just apply normally through the guild application. We do have an open slot that I'm not filling without being sure right now. So I'm keeping one open slot. If you are better than somebody else in the guild, I'm willing to remove somebody from the guild. It's a little less active to put somebody else in, but I will just go from there. I only want 3 people immediately, but if depending on the people applying, it is possible to steal current guild members' positions if they're not doing so well in the guild raid. So I'm sure that wouldn't really bother anybody. Most people are pretty content with how many books and things that we've got here. Wrong gut. Let's check this person out. Let's see. All heroes that aren't 5-star. Eh? It's a pretty interesting build. All right, Gret, Muzaka, Dominique, Gillen, but not 5-star Gillen. So this person's out. Zero's there. Lilith's 1-star, out again. I don't see Lee either. All right, so yeah, not gonna look any farther. That's 3 strikes. You're out. All right, well that's it. Post this up right away, and yeah, let me know also what your luck's been with these blue jeans. I think I've been pretty insane lucky. If you've been able to trade in for a blue jean hero so far, let me know.